Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Butt Fumble Sports Daily Show. It is so wonderful to have you with us on this Wednesday as we work through the work week and get ever closer to NFL Week 15. Fantasy football playoffs are going on. We have plenty of advice to give out for all of you fantasy owners that are trying to get that crucial win to advance ever closer to your championship. Of course, for all of you sports bettors out there, we have been as hot as ever with our NHL and our NBA picks. We have a ton of picks to give out tonight with a lot of action across both leagues. So if you guys are here for picks, tap that screen, hit that like button, because every 2,000 likes tonight, we're going to be giving out picks. And of course, for all of those out there that love a good rant about sports, there is a lot going on in the sports world. Bill Belichick, is he out of New England? Has the decision already been made by the Crafts? We will touch on that. We will also touch on Ohtani and Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts making their pitch to Yamamoto about joining the Dodgers. Is there going to be a super team in LA in 2024 with another infinity star, another infinity gem added to the arsenal in Yamamoto? We'll touch on that as well. Appreciate having you all of you guys with us every single day. Welcome into Butt Fumble Sports. We're a sports content company created by a sports fan for you real sports fans at home across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Welcome in, everybody. If you love the show, if you love the content, if you love the conversation, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you tap the screen as well. We are so grateful for you guys being with us every day. Of course, share the channel. Let others know we grow organically through your support. So share the channel when and where you can with friends, family, and coworkers. Let's get into a lot of picks. Again, every 2,000 likes, we're going to give out picks, and we're going to answer your fantasy questions throughout the show. Ranger, how was the game? I went out for my birthday last night and went to the Celtics-Cavaliers game. It was fantastic. Not only did the Celtics win, but I had them on the money line. I had the Cavaliers plus 7.5. It was a lot of fun. Had fun with buddies. Just a great time overall. Thanks for asking. Let's dive into your fantasy questions. Get you guys started. Hefe, is Zeke a start this week? Not for me. I'm leaning away from him a little bit. Wingman, Javonte or Ty Chandler? Don't really like either one, Wingman, but I'd probably go Javonte. Taylor, Hardy, Chandler or Ford? Kind of a similar situation. I don't really like either one of them. If I had to go with one, I might lean just slightly on this towards Chandler, but I'm not as crazy about him as others are. Gavin Martinez, Nico Collins, or Adams? Adams. Gavin Martinez, I'd go Adams on this one. Bradley Reagan's start two, Mostert, Puka, Devontae. Okay, Bradley, I'd go Puka and Mostert. I like all three this week, but I'd go Puka and Mostert as the two I like more. Mason, Achan, or Eckler? I lean towards Achan, just barely Mason. Achan would be the play. Carter, would you start DJ Moore? Daniel F., thanks so much for resubscribing. Carter, would you start DJ Moore or Rice? I'd go DJ Moore. I know it's not a great matchup, but every time he's healthy with Justin Fields, we've seen the results. Montgomery or Achan? I'd go David Montgomery, just barely, very, very close between the two, but I'm going to go Montgomery just because in part I don't trust Achan with his injury history throughout the year, where David Montgomery, I feel better about him. Angelo, Singletary, or Warren? On this one, it's interesting, in part because we don't know who the quarterback is yet of the Houston Texans, but I'd go Warren. Angelo, I'd go Warren just barely. Luis Garcia asks DJ Moore, Adams, and Cup, or Rice? Luis Garcia, I'd go Cup and Adams. Cup and Adams. If you guys want to ask your question live on the air, feel free to hit us up as a guest. We'd love to have some on-air guests join the show. We are going to give out a pick right now for all of those watching because we've hit 2,000 likes on TikTok. When you guys hit that like button, we want to say thank you by giving out some of these free picks that we have. Again, we have been red hot with our picks. We would have had a perfect night on all of our NBA and NHL picks last night if the Lakers had gotten a win. Other than that, we were perfect on our picks. I think the Rangers was the only other one in the NHL, but we have Maple Leafs on the cover. Anyways, that's irrelevant. You guys care about today. So let's jump on over to the picks for today's action. We will start in the NBA, everybody. I am going to take the 76ers on the money line. I'm taking the 76ers on the money line. And because Luke just resubscribed, I'm going to give you guys another pick because I want to say thank you to all those who subscribe. I am also going to take the Knicks on the money line, and I'm actually going to bump that up. I'll take the Knicks minus 3.5, everybody. Knicks minus 3.5. Another pick that I like. So putting those up on the board for all of those that are watching. 76ers money line, Knicks money line, and Knicks minus 3.5. If you guys want to join the show as a guest, feel free to hit us up. Ricardo Sanchez wants to do so. We're going to give him that opportunity. So Ricardo Sanchez, what's good?
What up, what up?
What can we do for you?
I got Trevor Lawrence, Sam Howell, and Browning for QB starts.
Yeah, I think Browning's the best one out of that group. His matchup's most favorable against the Minnesota Vikings pass defense, so I'd go Browning.
And one more if possible. I got for running backs, Kenneth Walker, Chuba Hubbard, and who else do I got? Chuba Hubbard, dude from Denver, Williams, start 2.
Man, they're all three are terrible options. Like, I'm sorry, but there is not one good option in that group. I'd probably lean towards Javonte Williams and hope he gets a touchdown. I really don't like Chuba Hubbard. What was the other one?
A-Chain and
Walker. A-Chan has to be a start, so it'd be A-Chan and it would be Javonte Williams.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for the question. Let's get another guest up here. Let's get Derek Lane to join the show. Derek Lane hit me up earlier. Let's get Derek Lane up here. Derek, what's good?
Good afternoon, my man.
How you doing?
Good, hanging in there. So, currently in second place. We don't have buys, so this game's relevant. If I win this game, I basically win the regular season, which is cash. So I would like to know, I have Collins and Pacheco, both kind of injured here, which is awful.
Yeah.
So what do I do? I mean, I got Ezekiel Elliott as a running back. Right now my flex is Bijan Robinson.
Bijan's going to have a monster week, so Bijan's a great start. Just lock him in. As for Zeke, if it's between Zeke and
Brian Robinson
and Pacheco,
Right.
I'd rather go with Pacheco actually, but you have that option of they're playing each other. So you have one as the insurance policy for the other. You can play Zeke if Pacheco's ruled out late. So that's a thought right there.
Very true. And then last one, Ferguson or Laporta, our weekly this is a weekly question.
Yeah, not an issue for me this week. I'm going Laporta, and it's not really close. The matchup against the Bills isn't a really favorable one with Ferguson. It's okay. It's not great. I much prefer Laporta.
Sweet, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining the show.
Yep.
IP Shade 45, thanks so much for showing love. Let's get to some more guests on the show. Let's get to Blake. Let's see what Blake wants to talk about. Blake, what's good?
Hey, Buff Humbles.
How can we help you today? Oh, one note for you guys watching, when you go off the app to look at something, to look at your fantasy team or something else, you mute yourself. So Blake, just a note for you, and this is for all the viewers, when you come on, if you turn away from TikTok, you mute yourself so I can't hear you. So if you're going to ask a question, just have it loaded up ahead of time. Go ahead, Blake.
Oh yeah, all right. Would you trade Kyron Williams and St. Brown for CMC and Olave?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't.
St. Brown, it's St. Brown and Kyron Williams? No, the answer is no. I'd probably hold on to him. As crazy as it is, Christian McCaffrey right now, he's got a couple tough games. He's going to have a monster game this week, but he still has the Ravens ahead of him. I don't know. I don't think I'd pull the trigger. I think I'd hold on to St. Brown and Kyron.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the question, Blake.
Bye. Yep.
Let's get another guest up on the show. Let's get Aaron Medley. Who wants to come on. Let's see what he has to talk about. Aaron, what's good?
Hey, brother. I was wondering, I have Moss, who's been a dud the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I have Cook, who have had benched for whatever reason. I'm trying to decide between the two this week as my RB2. I wanted to get your thoughts.
Yeah, it's tough because Zach Moss has disappointed the last 2 weeks. But that said, I want to make sure I don't overemphasize those 2 weeks and I focus strictly on this week. I just saw the Steelers give up a lot of rushing yards to Zeke Elliott, who's a physical downhill back, maybe more physical than Zach Moss, but Zach Moss is still kind of a similar style, or at least enough so. So I'd rather go with Zach Moss, in part because your other running back does not have a favorable matchup. So I'm going to lean towards Moss on this one.
Say I wanted to put Cook at the flex if that were the situation. I would be replacing him with Cooper Kupp. Would that
Oh, no. Don't do that. Cooper Kupp is one of my favorite wide receivers this week. Do not make that substitution. No, Cooper Kupp's got to be in your lineup. Look, I have to admit, I understand James Cook's getting utilized more in the passing offense. He's still facing a good defense in the Cowboys. And I feel like it's going to be I'm not riding Cook the same way that I'm willing to ride Zach Moss because the Steelers matchup just is more enticing to me.
That's fair. Okay. All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Aaron. Thanks for joining the show.
Yes, sir.
If you guys want another pick, make sure you're tapping that screen. We give out picks every 4,000 likes. Charlie, man, Martin, we appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Because you have hit the subscribe button, we are going to give out another free pick for you guys every time we get a new subscriber. Of course, we got to give out a pick. Say thank you guys, for hitting us up with all that love and support. Let's give out a player prop bet now. Don't worry, we'll get back to your questions in a moment. But first, we're going to give out a player prop bet. And the one I'm going to go to on this one is actually going to be Tyrese Maxey over half a steal tonight. I know there's some people out there on social media that love him on points and rebounds and assists. I certainly think there's some good plays there. But the one I'm touching on this, Tyrese Maxey over half a steal. That's the pick we're giving out right now, up there on the big board. Let's get back to those questions. Colby Helms, OBJ or Drake London? Kobe, I'd go OBJ. Kate, Olave or Connor? I'd go Olave, Kate. Olave would be the play. Poetic Girl Dad, if Robinson is out, I'd go, very close, but I'd go Godwin. Poetic Girl Dad, I'd go Godwin just barely. Daniel F, do I start Kittle or McBride? Tricky on this one, Daniel F. I'm going to lean just slightly, I think, towards McBride, believe it or not. I think he gets over-targeted in that game, which makes him a good start for you. Daniel F, way to get in those playoffs. So happy to hear so many Butt Fumble Sports followers are in the playoffs, cashing tickets, and getting those dubs. Let's get back to some of these questions of those waiting on hold. So another question coming out. And let's get Jansen. What's good, Jansen?
Hello. So I had Justin Herbert as my QB, and he's on IR, and the waiver wires for QB aren't that favorable. There's Geno Baker, Flacco, and Minshew, and I'm leaning slightly towards Geno because the matchup, but that's kind of where I'm at right now.
So I'm actually going to shock you. You named a couple of quarterbacks there who actually have good matchups, as you mentioned. Geno Smith has a good matchup. If he's healthy, he would be the one I'd go with. But don't overlook Joe Flacco right now. He's facing a Bears defense that's vulnerable in the passing game. Up front, okay, maybe they're a good run defense, but so what? Play action Joe Flacco to Amari Cooper sounds pretty good to me. Now, again, I still think I like Geno more. It's at home. It's a Monday night, an extra day to rest, and we've seen that Eagles secondary just get picked apart. So I think your instinct was right. But kind of funny, we're at week 15 of the 2023 season, and we're talking about Joe Flacco, Matt Stafford, Geno Smith being potentially good plays in fantasy football. You feel like you went into a time warp here, but I do think you're thinking the right way.
And the last one I had is I have Stephon Diggs at flex, and I also have Rashee Rice on my bench. And it's been back because last week my gut feeling was to start Rice over Diggs, and I didn't do it, and it hurt me. But this week I'm like, he's facing his brother, but his brother's not playing, so I'm kind of like I'm on the fence about both right now.
This is really tough for me as well because I respect Stephon Gilmore a tremendous amount. I also think the Cowboys at home versus the Cowboys on the road are not the same team. And to go one step farther, the Bills are in desperate must-win situation from here on out. And that means Stephon Diggs should theoretically get more targets. He didn't last week, though. He didn't get as much as I wanted last week, to your very point. And Rashee Rice did. What does give me a little comfort is Rashee Rice just played a Kansas City defense that I think pretty highly of. So I go, okay, with Diggs, I respect it. I understand. Patriots aren't a terrible defense overall. It's a tricky one for me.
Yeah, because I just don't want to bench Diggs and then he goes off for 40-something points.
And I think that's where I probably come out, which is I'd probably start Diggs. It's not that I am over the moon confident about it, but it actually is more he's a wide receiver one that is in that upper echelon tier of he's going to get targeted in these must-win situations, right? And yes, that isn't good analytics. That's more narrative than anything else. But sometimes the narrative kind of does indicate where you should go. The only way I see Rice burning you, and it happened last week, is if he finds the end zone. And that's the problem. He's been doing it consistently, but not at Arrowhead. It's in New England. I'll just say Bill Belichick makes it a little bit harder. I'll take Stephon Diggs on it.
Okay. All right. The last one before I leave, because I want other people to get their questions answered. I have Zach Moss too, and he's been a dud like the past 2 weeks. And I also have Javonte Williams on my bench. So, but I'm probably going to lean towards Moss just because what you said earlier about Steelers' run defense, not that great, but I'm going to give Moss one more week and then kind of go from there.
For all of those watching who have a similar question to Jansen on this one, when I put together my weekly list of running backs I quote-unquote love, running backs I quote-unquote hate, Zach Moss made the list of running backs I love, and Javonte Williams made the list of running backs I hate. Now, do I think Javonte could punch in a touchdown and make it worth the start? Yes, but I'd rather take the risk on Moss against the Steelers than bite my nails on Javonte. So,
hey, I listen to everything you say, and I appreciate you, brother.
Well, first of all, Big Hawk, I love that success rate. If it had been 10 out of 10, I would have thought you were lying, but 8 out of 10 sounds like a legitimate number, and I'm really, really... There's only so much advice that we could give out. Good managerial skills on your part. Well done, Big Hawk.
Right. All right, now I'm in a.
Now let's go get some championships. Now enough of the regular season. Let's go get some dubs.
So look, one of my big ones is the big money one that I'm in, and I'm having a problem. I have Keenan Allen, wide receiver 1, Justin Jefferson, wide receiver 2, and I have Sutton at flex. Now Keenan Allen tomorrow.
Yeah. We're not trusting it. We're not trusting it. I'm not doing that to you because I can't. I have to advise you, and one of the reasons, Big Hawk, I think we've been successful as a community is because we don't chase the high number. That's like trying to tell you Tesla stock's going to go through the roof or Bitcoin's going to go through the roof. That's not good investing. It's not what we do here. Keenan Allen could get targeted plenty of times. Frankly, it's not a good matchup for him. It's not a good matchup overall. So first of all, Cortland Sutton is en fuego. The dude's finding the end zone, 6 out of the last 8 games? So Cortland Sutton's in the lineup, for sure. Then the other wide receiver you mentioned, Justin Jefferson against the Bengals should be a good matchup for him. It should be favorable. Bengals are not a great pass defense. So it's tricky for me because Jefferson...
I'm sorry, I have Garrett also.
I was about to say, are you somehow playing in a defensive league too?
No, I have Garrett on the bench also. So,
you're talking Garrett Wilson?
I'm looking for, yes, sir, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not into Garrett Wilson this week, so I'm not, it's a nice idea coming off of last week, but last week was a favorable matchup. This week is not, so I'm not crazy about him. The OBJ pickup is perfect. He and Zay Flowers should have monster games against the Jacksonville secondary, so I love picking him up. To me, Cortland Sutton has to be in your lineup. OBJ has to be in your lineup. Those two for sure. And then you can work back off of that because those two are locks.
Okay. And then my last question is, I'm going to let you go. My last question is, do you trust Kyron? And I heard it's Zach Moss. I got Zach Moss starting. So that's my RB.
But I really trust Kyron. I like Kyron Williams more than Moss. Make sure you hear me say that.
Yes. Okay. So so I'm good. And then defense wise, I have Saints. Do I keep Saints or pick up Atlanta defense?
I'd pick up the Atlanta defense. The Saints are vulnerable in some places, especially in the running game. And we just saw Saquon Barkley have the best game he's had, at least in terms of touchdowns, in years. Tommy DeVito showed you a little bit on the ground. I just go with the fact that we know the Carolina Panthers can't protect Bryce Young. Let's get another guest up on the show. Let's get A.R. Berlin. A.R. Berlin's the next one we're going to get live on the show, and then we're going to give out a pick. So, A.R. Berlin, you're next up. What's good?
Hey, bro.
What can we do for you?
I got a question. Who do I start? DK, Adams, or Barkley?
Wow, great question. As I literally just said, I really like Barkley's matchup this week, but I'm actually going to go DK. DK is facing that Eagles secondary that's just been torched. DK's been playing really well when he doesn't get ejected. So overall, I really like DK this week. It's tricky, though. If you could get Saquon and DK into your lineup, I'd really like that for you.
Well, I have Kamara and CMC at my running backs.
Okay, then I guess it's okay to be sitting Barkley. This is one of the few situations. I got to give you credit, A.R. Berlin. You built a great stable of running backs there. That is a great lineup you've got.
Yeah, I can also put CMC at my super flex and bench Goff and have Barkley and CMC in with Kamara.
I mean, that's what I do. The Denver Broncos defense is playing better and better, and while I think that like Montgomery could have a good game, Jahmyr Gibbs could have a good game, maybe Laporta, Goff actually I'm not kind of crazy about. I think this is one of those games he might throw a touchdown, but I don't know if he gets more than 200 passing yards in this one. I'm not crazy about him. So if there's a way you could sit him and put in Barkley in one of those super flex leagues, do it.
So I should put CMC at my super flex or Barkley at my super flex and just start DK and Barkley and bench Goff?
The answer is yes. I don't do super flex, so you would know how those are maneuvered, but the whole point is if the players you named of all of those guys, who would I sit? I'd sit Jared Goff for sure.
Okay, because I got Hurts at my QB, so I should be
money. Love him this week.
Okay.
Yeah, love it.
All right. Okay.
Have a good one, A.R. Berlin.
Thanks, bro. See it.
Hope you guys are loving the show. If you are, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Big Hawk, thanks so much for showing us love. It is so great having you guys with us every single day. Here are the picks up on the screen so far that we've given out throughout the show. 76ers money line, Knicks money line, as well as Knicks minus 3.5, and Tyrese Maxey over half a steal. We're going to give out another pick right now. Big Hawk, thank you so much. Did you hear Big Hawk? 10 leagues, and he's in the playoffs in 8 of them. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. He is cashing tickets consistently, doing a great job as a manager. Big Hawk, cap off to you. Hats off to you. Well done this year. Let's give out another pick for tonight's action. I'm going to go to the NHL for this next pick. For all of you guys out there, I'm taking Bruins on the money line, everybody. But shockingly, you can also find the Bruins at plus 1.5. I understand the Bruins have not been the juggernaut over the last maybe 2 weeks that they have been prior to that. That said, Bruins at plus 1.5, take that. I got that in some parlays right now, and I am really happy about it. Bruins money line and the plus 1.5. Take that all every time. Also got another one for you. I usually don't give out hockey player prop bets, but wanted to give out one for you. I'm going Evgeny Malkin. Over half a point. Usually when I do a hockey bet, it usually is for over half a point or over half a goal. I don't get too crazy with it. Sometimes every once in a while I'll do shots on goal, but that's about it. Evgeny Malkin over half a point though. Very strong play according to the trends. So those are some more picks up on the screen for you guys. We are going to get back to some questions right now. But when we hit 8,000 likes, we're going to give out another pick. And when we hit 10,000 likes, we're going to give out our SHARPZ play of the day. That's our favorite bet of the day, regardless of the sport, regardless of the type of bet. So when we hit 8,000 likes, another pick. 10,000 likes, our favorite bet of the day. Let's get back to your fantasy questions, though, right now. C. Moyer 18 is going to join the show. Let's see what C. Moyer 18 wants to talk about. C. Moyer 18, what's good?
I got Cook, Henry, and Mostert. I got to start 2.
Okay, Mostert absolutely is going to be one of them for me, so that's an easy one. Then it was Henry and who?
Mostert and James Cook.
I'm leaning slightly towards Derrick Henry. I don't love it. The Houston Texans defense has been better in the run than they have the pass, but I like Derrick Henry a little bit more in that one.
Yeah, I think Dallas defense, Micah Parsons, you're not running against him.
The biggest reason for me actually is between the two, who do I like James Cook maybe between the 20s. I know Derrick Henry's going to find the end zone. Like I have high confidence in that. And if I'm just working off of those 6 points you're getting from the touchdown run, he just becomes a safer play.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, thank you.
Appreciate you watching the show.
Yep.
Let's get to another guest. Let's go to I Catch Fish. Let's see what he's reeling in. Oh, he dropped off, so we'll get to him a little bit later. What about Logan Lockhart? Logan Lockhart wants to join the show as a guest. Let's see what Logan has to ask about. Logan, what's good?
What's up?
What can we do for you?
I got Flacco, Ford, or Reed. I need to pick two.
Well, Reed would absolutely be one of them. I love Reed's matchup this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then between Flacco and Ford, just looking at the Browns matchup against the Bears are a good run defense. They're a bad pass defense. I think Joe Flacco's kind of magical story can continue for another week. I'll go Flacco having the better game than Ford.
All right, thank you so much, man. Love you.
Have a great game. Or a great game. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys watching the show. If you guys love the content, love the conversation, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button. It's so wonderful having you guys with us every single day. Max Hewitt, I'm going to go Jordan Love. Max Hewitt, I'd go Jordan Love. Adrian Got Ways, JJJ over 1.5 blocks, yes. Miles Bridges over 19.5 points. Didn't look at that one. Don't know. Sorry. Jorge Valena, Hill, Evans, Flowers, or Rice. Jorge, I'd go Hill and Flowers. Hill and Flowers. Lethal Jake, I'm in 9 leagues, 8 ESPN, 1 Yahoo, playoff bound in all of them. Lethal Jake, well done. Proud of you, buddy. Doing a great job in your league. CCE, I'd go Taysom Hill. CCE, I'd go Taysom Hill. Nuv DK, I'd go Achan. And I'd lean just slightly, I think, towards Eckler, but it's close. Lucas Rathwell, I'd go Flowers, Sutton, and Jefferson. Lucas Rathwell, Flowers, Sutton, and Jefferson. Let's get Colin Rice back up on the show. Let's see what Colin has to talk about. Colin, what's good?
What's up? I have one question. Start 2, London, James Cook, or Hopkins, my flex.
DeAndre Hopkins. The Houston Texans have been giving up a lot of pass yards. I'd go Hopkins.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
Ricky Arias, I'd go OBJ. Ricky Arias, OBJ, I feel like he's a great play. Jay Shubes, hear me out. Stafford or Lamar for the playoffs. Jay Shubes, not crazy, but I still think I'd go Lamar just barely. This week, they're my 2 favorite quarterbacks. Stafford and Lamar are my 2 favorite quarterbacks this week. So Jay Shubes, not as crazy as you might first come across. Derek Kraft, Lockett, Eagles, Waddle, Jets, Derek Kraft. You know where I'm going to go. It's Lockett. He's got the better matchup. I'd go Lockett. Appreciate you guys hitting me up. IP Shade 45, Gino, AOC4, or Bijan. It's Bijan. IP Shade 45, Bijan Robinson. Daniel F, Mahomes, Stafford. It's Stafford. Daniel F, Stafford over Mahomes. Ashley, choose 2. McLaurin, Rice, Flowers, and a half PPR. Ashley, I'm going to go Flowers and Rice. Flowers and Rice, Ashley. Thanks so much for the question. Let's get another guest up on the show. We tried to catch some fish a moment ago. Let's see if we can reel them in now. I Catch Fish. Let's see if we can get him on the air. We got him on the hook. Reeling him in. I don't think it's going through. I Catch Fish. We're going to have to try again later. Maybe your connection's not good enough. Let's go over to Simon. Simon says we got to bring him up. Simon, what's good?
Hey there, man. Quick flex. Would you do Zeke or Reed?
Reed. Jalen Reed's got the better matchup. I love what Reed's been doing of late. Reed's the start for me.
And even if Christian Watson comes back and kind of comes in,
it hasn't influenced me at all. And here's the reason why. Just to give you a quick thought, Reed has so demonstrated his diverse set of skills: running game, passing game. So even if Watson comes back, okay, Reed maybe loses 2 targets, 3 targets at the most. He's still going to be utilized in this offense. I think they love the versatility he brings. He's a must play for me.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great night, Simon.
You too.
Let's get another guest up on the show. Let's get Buying with Biondo. I'm excited. Some of these handles we've seen throughout the chats, throughout weeks, but I haven't gotten the chance to talk to you. Buying with Biondo, great to have you on the show finally.
How's it going? Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can. I hope you're having a great night.
Awesome. Thank you. Same to you. I just had a couple questions. So I locked the playoff spot, but I'm just deciding between wide receivers. I have Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, DJ Moore, and Devontae Adams.
Jamar Chase, Nico Collins. Hit me with the others.
DJ Moore, Nico Collins.
So it's Chase, Collins, and Moore. Those are the three.
Chase, Collins, Moore. Gotcha.
No. I wasn't giving you an order. I was asking. I have those three players, and how many spots do I have to fill? 2?
So Chase, Collins, Moore, and Devontae. We have to fill out 3 spots.
Collins is the one I'm sitting. Collins is sitting. Everyone else I like. Collins is getting the sit.
Gotcha. And final question, Baltimore Ravens defense or Miami Dolphins?
Baltimore Ravens defense or Miami Dolphins. I'm going to say Miami Dolphins, and I'm going to bet that the Jets can't duplicate that kind of performance 2 weeks in a row.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much, man. You have a blessed rest of your night.
Have a great night. Appreciate you watching the show as loyally as you do.
Absolutely. Thank you as well.
Okay, guys, let's get another guest up on the show. Let's get Quishine. Quishine? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but we're going to give it a try. Jans, what's good? Great to see my boy up there. Great to see you, Jans. Hope you're having a great night. For all of those watching, I hope you are having a wonderful evening and having a great playoff season, because y'all made the playoffs, right? Because you follow Butt Fumble Sports, right? We've been giving out good fantasy advice all season long. I hope it served you well. We are going to give out another pick right now because we've hit 8,000 likes. So we'll get back to our guests in 1 second. But we're going to give out another pick. And guys, I should tell you, I am on the hottest streak I have ever had across the NBA and the NHL. Over the last 2 nights, we have gotten so many cashing tickets. We vaulted ourselves up on the SHARPZ app from literally like ranking 130th, 140th to 40th right now. We are ranked number 1 this week on the SHARPZ app with our picks. We are the number 1 better right now on the SHARPZ app with our picks. So it's a good time to be tailing Butt Fumble Sports. Or maybe it's a good time to fade us tonight. Maybe we're too hot. Maybe it's time for our luck to run out. We're going to give out another pick right now. See what you guys think. I am taking Pelicans on the money line. Pelicans on the money line is the next pick that I'm giving out. I'll give you one more. It's going to be a player prop bet for the NBA. We are going to take Jalen Brunson over 6.5 assists. That's Jalen Brunson over 6.5 assists. We also took the Pelicans on the money line. If you guys want every bet that I make every day, DM me on Instagram. I give out my picks for free. DM me on Instagram every single day. Lethal Jake, breaking news. Lethal Jake letting us know Keenan Allen has been ruled out. Not shocked, guys. Why? Because the Chargers are in tank mode, everybody. Brandon Staley, you might as well start looking for a new job because you are going to be fired as soon as Black Monday rolls around. The Chargers are in tank mode. By the way, you guys might want to jump on the Raiders right now to bet them. Might be a really good bet for the Raiders money line, parlaying that into some bets for the rest of the week. So Keenan Allen is out, everybody. Ranger Zion is out tonight. Zion is out for the Pelicans. I'm still okay with it. I love Brandon Ingram tonight. I think Brandon Ingram is actually going to have a monster night, Ranger. By the way, Ranger, love seeing that you follow me on the SHARPZ app now. I got a real kick out of seeing you there. Love seeing you guys who join me on the SHARPZ app. Love it. Jamie Dick, Kuda Sit, Cooper, Rice, Montgomery, James Cook, Sutton, Mixon. Jamie Dick, I would sit James Cook. I'd sit Mixon. Those are 2 that I would sit. I'm not big on either one of them. Luke, Laporta, Schultz are likely. Luke, I love Laporta and likely. Both are good plays. I'd probably go Laporta number 1. Sherry, pick 3. Reed, OBJ, and Rice. Sherry, Reed, OBJ, and Rice would be the 3. I don't trust Eckler now that the Chargers are really a one-man band without Keenan Allen. Let's get another guest up on the show. Let's get K-Boss10. Let's see what K-Boss10 wants to talk about. K-Boss10, what's good?
Yo, what's up?
How can we help you tonight?
Yo, I got a quick question. I was wondering where you rank Nico Collins.
So the only reason that I'm actually telling some people to sit Nico Collins is I'm hearing that he may be out. And a number of people are asking questions about Nico Collins or some other players, and I like those other matchups. If Nico Collins is fully healthy and we know he's going to be a good play, I think he's going to have a good week. Like, the Titans are not a good pass defense. If Tyreek Hill hadn't gotten hurt, he would have had a good game against them on Monday night. So I really like Nico Collins if healthy, but all reports are that we should expect him to not be healthy as opposed to him trending in the right direction.
Okay, I didn't even know that. I couldn't check the report.
Yeah, no, this is the only reason why you're hearing me being skeptical about them. K-Boss 10, continue, obviously watch the show throughout the week because hopefully we'll get good reports as we get closer to Sunday. But for now, the reports are that he suffered enough of an injury where they might want to sit him for an additional week.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you watching the show, man. Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
If you guys love the content and the conversation, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. We have hit 10,000 likes, everybody, and you know what that means. It is time for the SHARPZ play of the day, everybody. It's time for the SHARPZ play of the day. This is my favorite bet across all sports, across all different types of bets. It's my favorite pick of the day. Yesterday, we took the Golden Knights on the money line. Overtime win. Yeah, we had it the whole time, right? But anyways, we're going to go with our SHARPZ play of the day for today. And everybody, you guys know the Rockets at home have been a great play, but that's not going to be our SHARPZ play of the day. That could be another bet that we put out there in a moment, but it won't be our SHARPZ play of the day. The pick we're making for our SHARPZ play of the day is going to be the Pacers plus 8.5. The Pacers beat up on the Bucks a couple of weeks ago in the in-season tournament. These two teams are at it again. I think the Bucks probably get the win in this one. Bucks on the money line is also getting up on my big board and is a bet that I'm making. But the Pacers plus 8.5, I think they cover that. I actually think this team is a bad matchup for the Bucks because they defend the three so well and they shoot the three so well. So Pacers plus 8.5 is my SHARPZ play of the day. That's my favorite bet of the day. If you want every bet that I make every single day, DM me on Instagram. I give out all of my picks for free every single day. Just Sebastian, I'd go Matthew Stafford. Sebastian, I'd go Matthew Stafford. Logan, put one at flex and one at wide receiver. Logan, I'd go DK and Hopkins. We're hearing Keenan Allen is probably out. Let's go back to a guest. Luke Grasso, you dropped on us. Luke Grasso, I don't know if you want to be on, but right. Oh, we got you now. Can you hear me? Oh, let's see if we got him. Luke, we got you. Go ahead.
All right, I have a few questions. How do you think, what's his name, Jalen will do this week? Is it worth a start?
So you're breaking up a little bit, Luke, but I think you said Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren's actually a decent start this week, especially to find the end zone. I think he's a decent play. I'm going to let you go, though, because your connection is a little rough, Luke. So we'll try you again at another time. Let's try Jeffrey. Let's see what Jeffrey wants to talk about on tonight's show. Jeffrey, what's good?
Hey, man. Just wondering here, what is the value of Justin Jefferson coming back from injury now? Do you think he's worth starting, putting back in the lineup?
It is so tricky to try to understand his value, especially because when you get a report that the dude went to a hospital the last week because of the injury, and it was his return from the IR, and the Vikings probably aren't going anywhere, all signs point to trouble in terms of starting him. So if you had somebody else, I'd probably go for someone else unless they're a really dog poop option. But frankly, I don't trust him enough. Now that said, again, there are some people who don't have better options, and therefore a matchup with the Bengals is favorable. Okay, let's go for it. But if you could, I'd look for other options. It depends on who you have, though, Jeffrey. So who do you have instead of if you were to sit Justin Jefferson?
So that's my thing. I either have Michael Gallup here sitting. I'm
Poop,
not sure
hate it, no.
Yeah, and then my other one, which I feel all right about, but the production's been kind of all over the place, is Marquise Brown.
And the answer is no. The answer is no. I'd rather take the risk on Justin Jefferson. You are the perfect example of when you got to. I'd go Justin Jefferson.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you watching the show, Jeffrey.
Yep.
If you guys love the content, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss our show. Majomes, how do you feel about Joshua Palmer? I don't like the Chargers. I'm fading the Chargers. I don't want anything to do with the Chargers when it comes to fantasy. Carter22 asks Montgomery or Moss. Montgomery. We want David Montgomery this week. Let's get Felix Blood up on the show. Felix Blood. What's good, Felix Blood?
What's up, bro? Just want to say, love the show. You guys, you helped me out get to my playoffs.
Let's go. Let's go win a title.
Yeah, so my question is, I kind of played keep away a couple weeks in a row. So my tight ends I have are McBride, which I'm pretty much going to start this week. So should I drop my other two tight ends, which is Dallas Goedert and Isaiah Likely?
Ooh. Man, both of them are going to have good weeks as well. You just named like three of my favorite tight ends this week. So if you want to drop them, I totally understand, but don't be surprised if someone scoops them up and scores a big tight end day when you drop them.
Yeah, and also, do you think out of those three, who would you start then?
Wow. It's close because all three are good matchups. McBride probably gets the most targets, so I go McBride 1. Though obviously the 49ers know it, but I still probably go McBride 1. I'd go Likely 2, and I'd go Goddard 3. And the only reason for that is I feel like how the Ravens use the tight end position in their offense is more critical to their passing game. So Likely gets a few more opportunities in space, but it's like three of the best the best tight ends this week, rather.
Right. And also, to start in my flex, I got Mike Evans starting right now, but I also have Jalen Reed. Would you switch that out, or?
I'd get Reed in there, but I don't like Evans. I'd put Reed in over Evans, and frankly, I'd maybe put one of those tight ends in over Evans. I'm not as big on Mike Evans this week as others.
Okay. All right. And also, can you rate my team real quick? I have.
Here, I'll let you type that in. I won't rate the team now, Felix Blood. I appreciate you asking, but we're gonna keep it moving for other folks. Nuve DK. So Eckler is a start tomorrow. I don't think so. I'd probably avoid him. I understand for some of you, you've got to. Maybe he could get you a rushing touchdown, but I wouldn't expect too much value out of this Chargers offense anymore. Jorge, Rice, Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Ken Walker, or Noah Brown. Jorge, man, are we in a kind of hell right here? I'd probably go Aaron Jones. I'd go Jacobs 1, Aaron Jones 2, Rice 3. LT YouTube, I'd go Cooper Kupp, and I'd lean just slightly towards Mostert. Kupp and Mostert over DJ Moore. But do I love it? No. Full point PPR, I'd go Josh Jacobs if he plays. I would go Josh Jacobs if he plays. Let's get another guest up here. User 2739 is going to be the next one up on the show. Let's see what they have to say. User 2739, what's good?
Hey, first off, I wanted to say thank you last night. I took a couple of your picks and I put them in a parlay, so I hit. So I want to thank you for that.
Thrilled to hear it. Glad we could be successful together.
And then I had a question. I'm looking to pick up a backup quarterback, and I picked up Mullins. I don't know if I should keep him or if I should take Baker in the long run through the playoffs just in case. I have Lamar Jackson right now.
You have Lamar Jackson right now, you said?
Yeah, and in case something happens to him, I wanted to pick up a backup through the playoffs.
Now I hear it. At first I was like, is this guy really asking me a question about starting Lamar Jackson compared to those other options? I thought this guy just hit on a parlay we gave out. He clearly knows sports well enough. But now I hear it. Okay. In terms of backup, I still think you're right. I'd probably go Baker Mayfield. Now, I hate Baker Mayfield's matchup this week, but I like it more towards the rest of the season. So your instinct is right. I'm not going to trust Mullins. I'd rather trust Baker if for some reason Lamar Jackson were to, knock on wood, get hurt, and obviously we're not rooting for anything like that, so hopefully it doesn't happen. So.
All right, well, I'll drop Mullins and pick up Baker while he's there. Thanks for your help.
Have a great night, and hopefully we can cash a few more tickets for you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you guys watching the show. Let's get to another guest. Let's get to Matthew. Let's see what Matthew has to say. Cole K, thanks so much for the earth. Matthew, what's good? Matthew, you with us? When you guys join the show as a guest, don't turn off the app. Matthew, you with us?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
All right, so I'm looking for a flex option for the playoffs. So I have a bye this week.
Well done.
I got the second seed. So, I mean, I'm in between Odell, Jacoby Myers, Wandale Robinson, and Demario Douglas. So.
Okay, Matthew, I'm going to give you the advice, but I want to make sure all of our listeners across all of our platforms are listening, okay? Everybody listen up. The Baltimore Ravens wide receivers are amazing this week. They are must-plays. OBJ, Zay Flowers, even Isaiah Likely. The receivers, the pass catchers for the Baltimore Ravens have a phenomenal matchup against Jacksonville. Get them in your lineup. Make sure they're starting. So, Matthew, OBJ is a must-play this week.
Okay, so since I have a bye, I mean, that really, I wish that meant something. But
Oh, sorry. You're talking about rest of season?
Yeah, I mean, just
honestly, OBJ is probably the one out of that group that remains the same. He has consistently hit his over receiving yards at home. With the loss of Mark Andrews, OBJ's value just shot up, and it's been proven right, as in he's come through and he's demonstrated that value is justified. So I really like OBJ moving forward as well.
Okay, yeah, I like that pick as well. That's who I had in, so.
Love it, Matthew. Hope you have a great night.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you.
IP Shade 45, thanks for showing us the love with that confetti. We're going to get to some more fantasy questions. Cole K, Smith, London, and Connor for Debo and Charbonnet. I'd rather have the Debo side. I'd probably rather have the Debo side, but it's close. Cole K, we got you there. I'd probably rather have the Debo side, but frankly, it's not a great trade either way. It's just kind of a lateral movement. Jay Shubes, I'd go OBJ. Jay Shubes, I'd go OBJ. Derek Kraft, I think I'd go JJ over Waddle, but it's very close. I just don't love the matchup against the Jets. The Jets' pass defense has proven itself. Desmond Ford, Pittman or Adams. I'm going to go Pittman just barely. Pittman's been so consistent. I'm going to ride with Pittman just barely, though it's very, very close between the two because Adams has a good matchup against the Chargers. Let's get to another question. Let's see if we can get I Catch Fish on the air. I Catch Fish, this is going to be the last two strikes. Okay, I Catch Fish, what's good?
Hey, I missed that hit go live button last time. I apologize.
No issue. Now we got you. What's good?
I was cursing you because CEH did not get points, and then I learned why. His pants got torn.
Well, I will also admit I missed on that because Jerick McKinnon had the better day. So I will admit I missed on that one. I thought CEH in the run game would be more effective. Turns out I was wrong because even in the red zone, they gave the run play to Jerick McKinnon. So that's a miss on me, I Catch. I got that one wrong. My fault.
It's fine. All I needed was one more yard out of him or one more catch out of anybody. I lost by a point. But it's okay because it is 2 weeks, and I only lost by a point despite Herbert going down. But I just thought it was hilarious that CEH, if he got another yard, I would have won this week. And it's his pants.
You some people get butt fumbled. You got pants torn. I don't know what to say, man. You got the butt end of that one. Not a pretty picture. Yeah, unfortunate for you. Is there anything we can do to help you this week?
Second round. Yeah, this week it's the second round. I'm only down by 1 and projected to win by 3 overall for the 2 weeks. and I have Reed in over Ridley and OBJ. Would you do that, or would you launch OBJ over him?
I think OBJ right now is I have to start him. I have to put him in. There's probably my favorite receivers this week are like Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, OBJ, Zay Flowers, and you just go off the matchups. You just look at who's been terrible against the pass, and it's just obvious that Jacksonville, Washington Commanders, the Buccaneers, that's why Reed's tricky, because Reed and OBJ are both great plays. I think I go OBJ just slightly over Reed, but it is close. If you could get both in, I would.
Okay, yeah, I definitely can. I appreciate it, and hopefully nobody's pants gets ripped this week.
We're rooting for it. Catch, have a great night.
You too, man.
Let's get another guest up here. Let's get Julian up here. Don't worry, Mark Gonzalez. We'll get to you next. But first, let's get to Julian and let's see what he has to say. Julian, what's good?
Hello?
How you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Oh, just fine. What can we do for you?
So I have a question. Since Allen is out right now, I don't know if I should start Devontae Smith or not.
Compared to who?
Compared to Keenan Allen.
Well, Keenan Allen's out.
Yeah, but it still says he's projected points. So
this is one of those don't trust the projected points. Like trust the news report. We just found out he's not playing. Like that. Those numbers are a lie. That's those numbers are fiction. Don't trust it. It's a mirage. Devontae Smith is frankly the only player who's playing this week. So decision's been made for you.
All right.
You're all good, Julian. Have a great night, ma'am. We'll get another guest up here. Let's get Mark Gonzalez up on the show. JRF, don't worry. You're up next. Mark Gonzalez, what's good?
Hey, what's up, brother?
How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm good. Had some questions for you.
Fire away.
All right. So first things first. I just saw that DJ Moore is questionable. So I'm just trying to plan ahead just in case he sits. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I have Cortland Sutton at the flex currently.
Problem is he plays Saturday and Moore plays on Sunday. So in case that's close, just be wary. Yeah.
But I also have Goddard at the tight end. Would it benefit me to move Cole Kmet from my bench and run two tight ends? Move Kmet to the flex and move Sutton up to my wide receiver 2?
No. First of all, I think DJ Moore is going to play. Second of all, I think I'd like to have Cortland Sutton in the lineup. If you could get Cortland Sutton in there, I would. Third of all, I don't like Cole Kmet this week. Cole Kmet has a bad matchup against the Browns. I understand they have some injuries to that defense, Grant Delpit being the big name that's going to be out the rest of the regular season. But I still don't like Cole Kmet this week. So, frankly, I'd like to get Sutton in there, and I'd like to get DJ Moore in there. Those are the two I'd be interested in.
Well, okay, because DJ Moore and Sutton are currently in my lineup.
Wonderful.
Sutton's on my flex, so I'm just trying to see what options I have just in case, because I also have Calvin Ridley, which I understand that's a bad matchup this week as well for him.
But I'd rather, if DJ Moore doesn't play, I'd rather put in Calvin Ridley as the substitute than start Cole Kmet or go crazy doing something radical.
Okay. And then second question, because I'm trying to look towards the playoffs when it comes to my defense. I just picked up Denver and Atlanta, and I'm thinking about running Denver defense for the fact that they have the Chargers, who do not have Herbert in like 2 weeks, and then I think next week they go against New England. And I'm trying to see if that's a good defense to run, for the playoffs.
Yes, it is. And the way they've been performing of late, they've been one of the best teams in the last few weeks in terms of turning over their opponent. So, yes, I like that one. And on the other side, obviously the Falcons this week's a really good matchup against the Panthers. Then they play the Colts and the Bears. It's okay. I feel like you can go with either one, but I think your instinct was right on it.
Okay, yeah, I picked up Atlanta just for this week, and then
Smart.
finish out with Denver.
Smart.
So,
I like it.
All right. Once again, I appreciate all your advice, man.
Have a great night, Mark.
You too. Bye.
Another call answered. Another call coming. Let's go JRF. He's been waiting patiently. Let's see what JRF has to say. JRF, what's good?
I got Garrett Wilson, Ayuk, Olave, Ridley, and Wilson. Which two?
Ayuk would be one. And
I also have Hopkins.
Hopkins would be two, actually. Those would be the two.
Okay. And now I have an open flex. Should I use one of my running backs or use one of those other receivers?
Who are the running backs?
I have, I got Pacheco and Mostert starting, but I got Williams and Mitchell.
Kyron Williams has to be in your starting lineup. He's got to be in there. Too good a matchup.
Who?
Is it Kyron Williams or Javonte Williams?
Javonte Williams.
Oh, never mind.
Javonte Williams, but I got Montgomery also.
Oh, start David Montgomery.
David Montgomery in the flex?
Yep.
All right. I appreciate it very much.
Go get that dub, JRF.
Thank you. Bye.
Let's get another one here. Let's get King No Crown wants to join the show. Oh, maybe not. Just jumped off, so never mind. Let's get Kyle Nelson. Kyle Nelson wants to come on the show. Let's see what Kyle has to say. And then we'll give out another pick after Kyle. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Kyle, what's good? Kyle, you with us? Oh, Kyle, you changed apps on us. Mark Gonzalez, thanks so much, buddy. We appreciate it. Kyle, when you switch off the app, you mute yourself, so now we got you.
All right. So, Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts?
I'd go Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has a phenomenal matchup against the Seattle pass defense. Jalen Hurts is a must-play for me.
Yeah, but all right, I'll deal with it. And then, shoot. Oh yeah, the Ravens or the Miami defense?
I'd go Miami defense. I'm not trusting Zach Wilson with back-to-back AFC Offensive Player of the Week performances. I'll trust Miami to get at him.
Oh man, now you got me in a bind. All right.
Here's my thing. There's more talent on the Jacksonville offense. The Jacksonville Jaguars are desperate for a win. I understand Baltimore is a good defense. They didn't play too well last week at home against the Rams. I think there might be some issues there because of injuries. I'd rather go with the Dolphins defense.
Okay, good call. All right, what about Achane or Mostert?
So, guys, when we have these kinds of questions, I'm going to go Mostert, and the biggest reason for it, he's been getting in the end zone. He's been the consistent touchdown play. Achane, for all that speed, a lot of question marks around what I'm actually getting production-wise. I'd rather go Mostert.
All right. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Kyle. Sorry if I didn't give you the answers you wanted.
You just got me in a bind now.
Hopefully that we give you a little bit of clarity through all that fog. Have a great night, Kyle.
You too.
I love answering your guys' question, and maybe even more, I love the reactions I get from some of you guys. I know this is going to expose me as a true nerd, but sometimes I feel like it's a little bit like Antiques Roadshow, where you guys come and you ask a question, and you think you know what the answer is going to be. You present an item, and you think you're going to get a good price for it or a low price for it. And when you get the opposite, the reaction that I get is absolutely one I wish I could record and savor. It's a big one. It's one I favorite. Adrian got ways. I'm sorry. I'm not really focused on it. Adrian, it's not what I'm focused on tonight. We're answering fantasy questions right now, buddy. I'm sorry. Lethal Jake, Devontae Adams. I'd get him in the lineup. I know he's questionable, but I think he's going to play. Daniel Soria, I'd go Stafford. Daniel Soria, I'd go Stafford. Mamba, I'd go OBJ. If you could get OBJ and Reed in the lineup, I'd try to do both. Let's get Cameron to join the show. Let's see what Cameron has to say. Cameron, what's good?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How can we help you?
Oh,
don't, for all those watching, when you're on the air, don't go to a different app. You mute yourself when you go to a different app, so stay with us.
So I got Demario Douglas at flex, or should I start Devin Singletary?
Ooh. I'd probably go Devin Singletary. I'm not crazy about either one, but I think I'd go Singletary.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Have a great night, Cameron.
All right. You too.
Hope you guys love the content. If you do, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're a member of this great community. Love Brownie, you're next on the air. What can we do for you?
What's up?
What's good, Love Brownie? How you doing?
How you doing?
Great to have you on the Butt Fumble Sports Show. Oh, what's good? Now we can see you. What's good, Love Brownie?
What up?
How can we help you out?
So, I know that Mahomes is having a tough season with the Chiefs, and he's struggling with his wide receivers. So, I'm debating if I should bench him this week for Justin Fields, although the Bears play a tough defense, and that's the Browns.
It's a great question. It's a
So
really...
What do you think on that move?
It's a great question. I think you're really onto something. There are two things I'd watch on this. One, do I think Patrick Mahomes is going to put up like ridiculous numbers on the Pats?
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be a closer, I don't want to say a closer game, but I don't think it'll be like a blowout like people may expect, especially if Pacheco's in, because I think Andy Reid knows he can run the clock. He can, just make it a fast game. Get the win and get the hell out of Foxborough. I think I right now lean towards Justin Fields. I think your instinct's right.
Yeah. One more thing is, I have the Eagles defense starting against the Seahawks, and I have the Steelers, which is, who do the Steelers play?
The Colts.
I can't remember off my head.
They play the Colts.
They play the Colts.
I'd go Steelers in that case. I don't want to play the Eagles defense right now. They are giving up too many points in the passing game. Right now, that secondary is giving up a ton of passing yards. So Geno Smith, DK, Lockett, JSN, frankly, if they were playing a lesser passing offense, I might consider them. But the Seahawks are not a bad pass offense. So I don't want to play the Eagles defense right now. I don't trust them.
What about what's it called? What about the Raiders against the Chargers on Thursday night?
That I like. That I would do. That I actually, of all the defenses you've named so far, that's the one I like the most. Max Crosby will get a couple sacks. They'll probably turn over the young, Eason Stick or whatever his name is. No Keenan Allen now out with injury. I would love taking the Raiders. Yep.
So, my final decision is I drop the Steelers defense and get the Raider defense.
Yep. I think that's right. This week.
That's what you would do?
For this week, yes. For this week.
For this week?
Yep. That's exactly what I'd do.
Okay. Sweet.
Appreciate you watching the show, Love Brownie.
All right. Good night.
Have a great night. Love talking to you guys on the air. Let's get another guest up here. Let's see what Michael Thomas wants to talk about. Michael Thomas, what's good?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. How can we help you?
Okay, so I got too many running backs and I got a tough decision. So I got to pick three between Devon A-Chain, Rashad White, DeAndre Swift, even though I know he's had a rough couple of weeks, but he's playing the Seahawks.
Yep.
And Zach Moss.
Wow. Tricky. Okay, Rashad White's a must start for me. Like, Rashad White's in the lineup. Let's just put him in there and go from there. You need how many more? Two more?
Two more, yeah.
I'm going to say Achan is a must start as well because the Jets' run defense is that bad. I'll put them in there. And then who do I have left for the last spot?
Moss and Swift.
Oof.
I know, Zach Moss is like, he's getting the volume, but it's just the production. And he's against the Steelers, I think.
Yeah. This is it. Here's what's tricky for me. Every time we talk DeAndre Swift, I'm a huge fan between the 20s. And then we get in the red zone, and Jalen Hurts vultures those touchdowns that he should be getting. And it makes me nervous this time of year because touchdowns are so valuable. You can have a bad game as a running back, get 35 total rushing yards. You get one touchdown, all that goes away. It's worth it. I think I'd still go Swift because, to your point, the matchup against the Seahawks is favorable. I'll lean just slightly towards the Swift, but it's close. It's really close.
It is, and I got one more.
Sure.
So between Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford, and Tua.
Matthew Stafford. Guys, Matthew Stafford's one of my favorite quarterbacks this week. I love his matchup against the Commanders. Matthew Stafford.
Okay, but sorry, one more.
Sure.
The defense. So Saints against the Giants or Miami against the Jets?
So a number of you guys have asked me about this, and I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins, first of all, let's all call it out. Dolphins got embarrassed in how they performed defensively in the last few minutes of that game. So I think they're going to have a week of practice that'll make us proud of that defense. That's one. And two, the Jets just had the greatest offensive week in the history of Zach Wilson. I don't expect lightning to strike twice. I think the Dolphins get at Zach Wilson, get sacks, get turnovers. I'll take the Dolphins.
Okay, bet.
Thanks, Michael Thomas. Appreciate you joining the show.
Of course, thank you.
If you guys love the content, the conversation, make sure you hit that follow button. We are live every single day on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Live every day across all of our platforms. Monday through Friday, we're live at 5 p.m. On the weekends, it's 10 a.m. We have a triple header of NFL football on Saturday this week. So we will do a 3-hour show on Saturday. We'll have our pregame show on Saturday in the same style as we do on Sunday. Rapid fire will be in effect. We'll answer all of your sports betting questions. We're going to do a ton of work this weekend. Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. Make sure you guys are with us. Hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you do not miss what will be a loaded week of fantasy football talk and sports betting talk, making sure we get you some big playoff wins. Let's go back to the phone lines and answer another question. Austin, what's good?
What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, I'm loving life. What can we do for you?
So I am in a 12-team league right now, currently in third, but I have to come out with this win this week to make playoffs. Right now, I'm in a small predicament because I have 3 running backs, which I'm all feel very confident in, but I'm kind of in the predicament of which one do I necessarily play 2 of them, because I have Kamara, Kyron Williams, and Saquon Barkley, and I'm just really trying to figure out what's going to be my best move.
Yep, we like all 3 of them, that's for sure. Okay, Kyron Williams is a must start for me. Kyron Williams has been too good at finding the end zone. We'll go Kyron Williams and we'll put him in there. So that he's going to be one for sure. Between Kamara and Saquon Barkley, I'm going to start Kamara. And I'll say I start Kamara because even as bad as the Saints run defense has been, there's less talent, I think, around Saquon. And therefore, if I have a defensive strategy, it's take away Saquon. So I'm going to just believe that Alvin Kamara is just a tougher player to defend. If for no other reason, then there's Chris Olave. If for no other reason, there's Taysom Hill. Like, at least there's somebody out there with a pulse. Where I don't feel the same way about the receivers on the Giants. I'll lean just slightly towards Kamara. But man, that is a close one you got there.
Okay. And then if I got one more question for
Please.
you. So I have...
Matchup this week against the Chargers is just so favorable.
Okay, good deal. The quarterback situation doesn't really defer you any way or the other, does it?
I mean, it does, but I still think I stand by the matchup's just so favorable. I feel like Aiden O'Connell could actually surprise us and have a decent game throwing the ball to Jacoby.
Right on. Well, sweet, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll knock on wood for you, Austin. Hope you get a dub.
Appreciate it, buddy.
See ya. Appreciate you guys watching the show. Let's get another pickup on the air, another pickup on the board. Appreciate all of you guys watching. If you guys want every bet that I make every single day, DM me on Instagram. We're going to give out another pick right now. I mentioned it earlier, Rockets on the money line. Like that one, that's Rockets on the money line. Let's give out another pick. Let's go to the NHL. Another pick we're going to give out. I'm taking Islanders on the money line, guys. Islanders on the money line, another bet that we're taking today. 2 more picks up on our big board. Bets that hopefully you guys find every day on the SHARPZ app. DM us on Instagram. If you want every bet that I make every single day, DM me on Instagram after the show. I'll send you a link and a referral code so you get every bet I make every day. Guys, if we get 1 Galaxy, I'm going to do a rapid fire. For those that are new, rapid fire is where we answer as many questions as possible while you guys tap the screen. So we'll give you guys the challenge, 1 Galaxy, and we'll do a rapid fire. We'll see if you guys are motivated by that. Jay Shub, stream the Bears defense over the Miami defense. No, I don't think so. I think I'd go Miami, actually. Mrs. Lady, great to see you, Mrs. Lady. Pick 3, Achan, Moss, Cooker, Williams. Mrs. Lady, I'd go Williams, Moss, and Achan. Mrs. Lady, Williams, Moss, and Achan. User 62, I'd go Bears over Colts. I would go Bears over Colts. Jay Morris, I'd go Raiders defense. Jay Morris, Raiders defense. Booty Balla, I'd go Stafford. Booty Balla, I'd go Stafford. Ranger, thanks for hooking us up with our live goal Galaxy. We are going to do a rapid fire, everybody. If you guys are new to Butt Fumble Sports, a rapid fire as we go as long as you guys tap the screen. So we are going to go rapid fire right now. Are you guys ready? Are you set? We are going to auto-engage in rapid fire starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rapid fire engaged. Sebi, I'd go Olave and Henry. Sebi, Olave and Henry. Asher, I'd go Raiders. Asher, I'd go Raiders. Aaron, I'd go Raiders. Aaron, I'd go Raiders. Timp the Pimp. I'd go Smith and I'd go Waddle. If Collins isn't healthy, if Collins is healthy, I'd go Collins. But if he's not, I'd go Smith and Waddle. Huge TikToker, I'd go, I don't like any of them, huge TikToker. I'd probably go Edwards, but I don't like any of them. Brandon Goodnight, I'd go Fields. Brandon Goodnight, I'd go Fields. Mac, M-A-K, I'd go Puka. Mac, M-A-K, I'd go Puka. Monique, I'd go Monique, I'd go Allen. Monique, I'd go Allen. Let's get to some more questions. Corey J. Benson, I'd go Keaton Mitchell, just barely. Colston, I'd go Barkley. Colston, I'd go Barkley. Lanny 1, I'd go Stafford. Lanny 1, I'd go Stafford. Anonymous Gaming, I'd go Raiders defense. Anonymous Gaming, Raiders defense. Nuv DK, I'd go Likely. Nuv DK, I'd go Likely. Daniel P, I'd go Brandon Cooks. Daniel P, I'd go Brandon Cooks. Nuv DK, I'd go Pacheco. John 305, I'd go Puka. John 305, I'd go Puka. Concerned Citizen, I'd go Raiders. Concerned Citizen, I'd go Raiders. Wild West 44, I'd go OBJ, Puka, and AJ Brown. Wild West 44, OBJ, Puka, and AJ Brown. MCP 88, I'd go D-Hop and Likely. MCP 88, I'd go D-Hop and Likely. Ethan, I'd go Elliott. Ethan, I'd go Elliott. Taquito, which 2 running backs to start? Kyron Williams and Rashad White. Kyron Williams and Rashad White, Taquito. Brendan, I'd go Adams. Brendan, I'd go Adams. Majomes, I'd go Cooks. Majomes, I'd go Cooks. Kyle Bond, I'd go Noah Brown. Kyle Bond, I'd go Noah Brown. Brock Ford, I'd go Stafford. And yeah, I'd still go Stafford. Brock Ford, I'd still go Stafford, even though you're starting some Rams. JDH, I'd go 49ers. JDH, I'd go 49ers. Mrs. Lady, I'd go OBJ and MP. I'd go OBJ. I'd go Diggs. I'd go Moss. And I'd go Ridley. Keenan Allen's out. Keenan Allen's not playing, so the answer gets made for us. Jeff Lynch, I'd go Montgomery. Jeff Lynch, I'd go Montgomery. John Hoover, I'd play Goddard. John Hoover, I'd play Goddard out of that group. Nuv DK, I'd go Likely. Luis Garcia, I'd go Swift and Montgomery. Majomes, Draymond Green or Conor McGregor? Oh, Conor McGregor, come on. Falk 10, I have Puka and McLaurin at wide receiver now that Keenan Allen's out. I think that's the right duo. John, I'd go Matthew Stafford. John, I'd go Matthew Stafford. Let's get another guest tip here. Colston wants to join the show. Let's see what Colston has to say as we end our rapid fire. Colston, what's good?
What's up? So, Justin Herbert's out now, so you would definitely pick up Stafford, right?
100%.
All right. That's all I had to know.
Have a great night, Colston.
You too.
We have been live for about an hour and 20 minutes, everybody. Hope you guys are loving the content and loving the show. Hit that follow button, everybody. Make sure you're following Butt Fumble Sports. We are live every single day. There isn't one day of 2023 we're not live, so hit the follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. That way you never miss our content, never miss the conversation, and never miss our show. We've had a lot of fun today. We answered a lot of guests. We got to a lot of questions. I hope you guys have loved every single second of it. If you guys want every bet that I make every day, make sure that you DM me on Instagram and get our link for the SHARPZ app. We give out every bet that we make for free every single day. Do not miss our picks, guys. We have been red hot. Clearly, we're studying the right variables, looking at the right trends. Make sure you don't miss our picks. Hit us up. DM us on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Hit us up and we'll connect you with the SHARPZ app. Right now, this week, we are the #1 bettor on the SHARPZ app. That's how hot we are. So make sure you DM me, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, so you can get every bet that I make every single day for free. I never charge for my bets. I want you to see them for free because I want you to make money. You're like me, you're a sports fan, you want to watch these games, get some entertainment out of it, and put some money in your pocket. I study throughout the day. My job is to do the research, put all of it together to give you guys the best picks possible. Make sure you guys DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, to get every bet that I make every single day. We are going to sign off right now so I can go run off and get some dinner for myself, but I will be live later tonight, everybody. We will do a second show tonight for subscribers, so make sure you're subscribing across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. We will do a subscriber-only show later tonight for everybody, so make sure you join us tonight at around 10:15, and we will talk some more fantasy football, sports betting, obviously getting you guys ready for NFL Week 15. If you guys have more questions, join us then, or you can join us at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We will also be live at 5 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. And I cannot wait to see you guys either tonight for our subscriber-only show or tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Until then, have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.